guys, welcome to my channel, The Organised Crafter. I'm doing a 12 by 12 layout for you, as you can see, and I started by gessoing the page because I'm going to use some mixed media on this, and although it was a basil marshmallow cardstock, I just figured it'd be easier to gesso anyway. I haven't done this technique before. This was completely new to me. This is my second attempt. The first attempt failed horribly. This paste that I'm using is actually Heidi Swap heat reactive screen ink. Probably not supposed to be used for stencils all that much, but it worked fine. It wasn't too bad. Now, the first time I did this, I didn't dry it enough, and this is where it all came apart. I thought I had broken my machine completely, so don't do what I did the first time. Make sure it is dry. I dried it for ages. I left it for half an hour just to air dry to make sure it was completely dry, as well as drying it with my heat gun for ages. Don't go too close, it will make it bubble. Doesn't affect it as such, but it does make it bubble. As you can see, I'm laying some gold foil on top, and then I'll run it through my Mink machine and show you guys. I don't know what I was doing right then. Trying to find something, no doubt. There we go. So I'm putting it in the, I don't know what you call that, plastic folder thingy majiggy that comes with your Mink machine. And I'm being a bit pedantic. I don't really need to be this, what's the name about it, but I am, because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm just cutting off some of the excess foil on the sides. Probably would have ran through with it fine, and as you can see now, I'm going to peel it off and see all the pretty. I ran it through a couple of times. I don't think I really needed to, and as you can see, the foil stuck to a little bit of the gesso on the outsides, but not heaps, and it's fine. Now this is for a Kitaholic Kits crop day that we're hosting at the moment on the community page. This is the tic-tac-toe challenge that Lauren, I'm pretty sure Lauren set. And I picked stencils, scrap paper, and gelato, which was the middle line. I haven't used my gelatos in yonks, like a long time, a really long time. Probably like 2 years. Maybe here and there I've used them a little bit, but mostly they just sit there looking pretty in that beautiful container that I can see them through. And obviously I was picking rainbow. Took me a bit to find the colours, and I do end up changing them a little bit because that purple isn't purpley enough. Like, it's not, it's more of a pink purple instead of a blue purple, and it needed a little bit more. So they're really hard to mix up with water when you're doing it like this. I tried for ages with the paintbrush, I really did, and it just wasn't working properly. So I recommend using a finger like I am there. I don't know why it works so much better, maybe because the heat of your finger, and you can smush it into the surface and it just dissolves it better. But as you can see, as the layout comes together, that it kind of easier to do it like how I am now with the wet paintbrush on the gelato. The only thing I don't like about that is that it leaves the tip of the gelato a bit wet. And I worry about putting the cap on and putting them away while they're wet, because I don't want them to go mouldy or, I don't know, dry out, I suppose, or just go yuck in general, or split, or how, I don't know what they would do To be honest, I haven't done it before because I like to dry them out. So I started off with the pink. No, I didn't. I started off with the orange because I wanted to make sure that the like colours are near each other. So obviously, normally I would put, you put yellow and pink or yellow and red on with orange in between because red and yellow make orange, obviously. So I do the same with pink and blue or red and blue. This is my cat Diego. Of course, they have to be involved all of the time. You know what it's like with pussycats. So anyway, he won't stay there long. I do eventually take him down because I was worried he was going to drop me bloody water and spill everything and just generally be a pain in the bum. And now he's going to go and lay on the containers on top of my kits. So as you can see, I had to pull a different purple out. The other purple was nice and it made sure that it blended it a bit better. And I'll just skip through there. But you can see there between the pink and the blue there's purple, and between the yellow and the blue there's green. So yellow and blue obviously make green and stuff. So it makes sense. I wish this information would stay in my brain because every time I do rainbow like this I have to recalculate and think about what I'm doing again. So just had to pull out a deeper green so that they blended a bit better. And same with the blue, I didn't end up using that light blue, it was just too light. So I used, pretty sure it's blueberry, bubblegum was the pink, grape for the purple, the green I have no idea, sorry. The yellow is banana, I'm pretty sure, and the orange I think tangerine maybe. So now that's the background finish. I also made sure to add some splatters, and I'm using a photo of myself. It's a recent photo on a weight loss journey, so I've been taking a lot more photos of myself, and I bought this pretty new dress and it was only a size 18, so that was something to celebrate. So it's pretty exciting, this layout, as well as the dress obviously. But I felt good about myself this day. So, and these are just scraps, as you can see, that I had laying in the bottom of the kit, or the kits. This, I mixed December and January kits together when it got down to the last little bits. Just still trying to use that up. I haven't got a heap left. It's when it gets down to these and I think, what am I going to do with them? But I can't, throw them out. I can't give them away yet. I don't know. You know what it's like, I'm sure. So these are from January's kits as well. They were just flowers that I fussy cut out of a 12 by 12 page, and I, silly me, put tape on the back of there so it sticks down every time I put it down. And then the black and white flowers are from a 12 by 12 piece of paper that I've fussy cut as well. So that's the general design that I'm going for. With the embellishments, I laid back on the colour and stuff because there was enough going on already in the background, obviously. I didn't want to cover it up too much because it's just so beautiful. It really is. Probably my favourite layout I've ever made. And I reckon I could just make another one of these pieces of paper and not put anything on it, and it's beautiful. Sorry if you can hear that rain, it just started pouring down. And I'm calling this one Keeping It Real. I don't know. It works for me, so that's why I called it that. I am keeping it real. That's the real me, even though there's a Snapchat filter on the photo, but that's alright, still me. And now I'm just adding some of those hearts, those white hearts from the thickers. Yeah, as I said, there's not a lot of colour in the embellishments in this because there was enough already in the background. Adding too much, I think, would have just made it too busy and confused the eye a bit. So this was the way to go. I was even a bit reluctant to use the gold and white. Now my cat's back again when I'm doing the voiceover. And he's standing on the layout while I look at it because, you know, he's real helpful like that. Excuse me. Sorry. So, yeah, I even thought maybe I shouldn't be using those gold flowers, but they were all right. In the end, they look fine. You barely notice that they're gold, really, when the light's shining it. With that background, it's your eye's just drawn there anyway. So, now what am I doing? Oh, these were just some scraps I had laying around in the bottom of my container where my kits are. And, I just try things, and if they look good, I stick them down. That's what scrapbooking is about for me when I get to the end of these kits and I just want to use it up. So sometimes I put things on a layout that I wouldn't tend to in first instance, but I always end up liking the layout afterwards. Just adding a couple of tiny word stickers from one of the Kaisercraft sticker books. I added some Vicky Bouton ones as well, just some of the black and white ones. These were pretty much the only colours that I added. There was a Paige Evans chipboard as well. I'm just going through and I end up adding 3 little circle love hearts from the Kaiser book as well, and these gems. And that's where it ends for me today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something. See you soon. Bye.